Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, where I'll be walking you through step by step how to submit your centre assessed grades from the NCFE portal. So here we are, logged in at the portal already, ready to go, and you'll see the blue banner across the middle. This is where you'll go to enter your centre assessed grades. So this is the main page, so you'll know exactly where you are, and some steps at the bottom there just to give you an idea of the process that you're going to be following. So to get started, I'll click Submissions. The first thing to point out, if you look here in the top right-hand corner, there is 3 different options, and this is the process that you'll follow. So you'll do your submissions, you'll tell us the outcomes, and then you'll sign the evidence declaration, and your head of centre will then sign finally the head of centre declaration. We're going to go through that process with a couple of examples, so we'll just get stuck straight in. So at the moment, I'm in the Submissions tab, and I've got an example which I'll just type in. So to start off, we've got Level 1 Functional Skills in English. You select the qualification. From the second drop-down, you will select the session, and from the third one, you'll select the unit in question, and you'll do 1 unit at a time. So first of all, I've selected the write-in assessment, which I know is an external assessment, and it's as simple as viewing your list of learners and entering the details by entering correct submission here. So we'll just do a couple like that. Once you've done the whole group of learners, or the learners that do require a centre assessed grade, make sure you scroll right at the bottom and you click Save, and that will save the changes for that particular unit. But what you'll then need to do is move on to any other units that you're entering the centre assessed grade for. So for this example, I'll move on to the reading assessment, and I'll do the same thing by entering the grades required for those particular learners, and scroll right to the bottom again and make sure I click Save. That's really important. At the end of every unit submission, please make sure you click Save, because if you do move on to another unit without doing that, it won't save the information you've just spent time inputting. Okay, I'll move to the other unit, which is Speaking, Listening and Communicating. And for this unit, it is an internal unit for this qualification, and it is just simply a case of telling us if the learner has achieved. So again, I'll scroll to the bottom and click Save for that one. Okay, we'll go and do another example now, just when we're in the swing of things. So I'll just refresh the page to get it back to the beginning. So the next example, if I type that one in, the different type of qualification, we'll just click on it. It is the Technical Award in Music Technology. So the same as before, select the qualification, select the session from the drop-down, and then select the unit required. So for this example, I'm just going to select 1 unit, and I'm going to select this one, which is the Practical External Assessment. And the reason being is just because I'd like to show you how this one looks quite different. So for this qualification, you'll know the grading dependent on what you require for each learner to have. You'll enter the detail there. Okay, and for this particular qualification, you'll notice a section to the right-hand side, which is titled Rank Order. There are some qualifications that do require you to enter a rank order, therefore numerically marked external assessments. If you're unsure of the type of qualification that you're running and you're not sure about the type of assessment, we do have an appendix in our Summer 2020 awarding guidance, which has a full list of qualifications that do require a rank order. As well as that, there is a separate video to this one. It's a 12-minute video, and it's specifically about rank ordering. So please head over to that if you require some more information. But again, you would enter those details as simply as that. And once you're happy with the data submission for all of your learners, you'll scroll right to the bottom and click Save. That's one of the most important things just to remind you of. Once you've entered in the details for each individual unit, scroll to the bottom and click Save. Okay, so we're back to the top now. I'll refresh the screen again and we'll go for one more example just for a bit of variety. This one's a different type of qualification. Again, it's one of our cash qualifications. And you select the qualification and select the session. And then we'll go and select the unit. I'll just do one unit on this qualification as well. So you'll see the details here of all your learners and you'll enter in the details of what you require. The same thing again for this type of qualification. This one does require a rank order. Okay, so we'll stop there with the examples of submissions and we'll move on to the next section, which if you look to the top right hand corner there, it is outcomes. And this section is purely for you to tell us what you expected of that learner in this summer, if you expected them to have a full certificate or not, and I'll show you how that looks now. First of all, I'll go with the functional skills example that we just did before on the data submissions. So we'll keep it in order. And that is the level 1 functional skills in English. So you select the qualification and you select the session again. And then you're presented with your learners. So here you'll see the two different options for functional skills. You've only got full or mid-flight. So you will tell us by each learner if they were due to receive a full certificate this summer, or if they are mid-flight, meaning that they are going to continue studying at a later date in order to achieve the full certificate. So for functional skills, they're the only two options if they require a full certificate or if the learner is mid-flight and part the way through their qualification. Once you've entered in that information, yet again, please scroll at the bottom and click Save. Now, we'll go through a different example now. Remember, we're still on the outcomes section. I know it can look similar, so just make sure you've got the title there of outcomes, and we'll go to another example now. Will be the cash qualification, the technical certificate in working with children in early years and primary settings. So we'll select that and I'll select the session. So you'll see straight away what's different about this one, that there are three different options. You've got full, partial, or mid-flight. So for this qualification, it is possible for the learner to have a partial certificate and carry on. So for this kind of submission, you'll need to select full if the learner was due to receive a full certificate this summer. If the learner was due to receive a partial certificate and has done some units, but not all of the units in the qualification, you'll select partial. And if the learner is mid-flight, so they are going to continue studying next year or in the future, then you will select mid-flight, and that gives us all of the information that we require as to exactly where the learner stands. Again, once you've entered in the information, you will need to click Save before you carry on. Okay, so we're nearly there. We'll move to the next section now. At the very top right-hand corner, you'll select Declarations. So you'll need to sign the evidence declaration once you've entered in all of your centre assessed grades for your learners. Okay, so there are quite a few examples here, ones that we haven't looked at today, but these are examples that we've been using, so I'll just show you the content of what they look like. And just to point out, there is a little note here to remind you that once the evidence is signed off for a particular qualification, it will be locked down. So please be certain that you've completed everything you need to before you sign off. So we'll just go here for this qualification, and you see the blue button straight away prompting you to sign off. Okay, so you'll be able to see the information that's required. It tells you you should be able to respond yes or agree to the following statements. If you respond to no to any of these statements, please state why and provide as much detail as possible in the comments box below. I will leave that up to you to read because it's something that you'll need to be aware of before you do sign the declaration, but I will show you where the comments box is here. You will just enter in your details. Okay, and if you had any comments, you would write them within this box, but I don't today. And you'll see the orange writing here. Once this declaration is agreed and submitted, CAGs cannot be changed. Please ensure the CAGs are completed and correct before submitting. So it's just a little note to remind you. And this ticky box here, you will tick that just to declare that you've submitted the CAGs in line with the evidence guidance. And once you're happy, you'll select agree. Once that's been signed off, you'll notice the blue button does disappear, but you can download a summary report, which will be a report that you can get, and it will show you exactly which learners you've submitted for and what you've submitted for them, so that you've always got that information to hand if you do require to go back. Okay, so just to show you the next little section. So in your center, this was what your page would look like, but you'll have signed off every individual qualification. You won't have these blue buttons. They'll all be tidy, just like this one here at the top. When that's all done, you'll move to the next tab. Can you see here just to the right-hand side? It says Head of Center Declaration. And this is specifically for the head of the center to sign. And this is overseeing all of those submissions that have been done. So the head of center is signing this declaration to say everything's complete and in line with the guidance. So they'll be doing that here. The completion of this declaration will lock every qualification. So they can't be changed once the declaration has been signed. So please make sure this is the final step that you follow. And we've had some queries asking if it can be anybody else, but it must be the head of center. So if they don't have a portal account set up, please get them set up, and we can support you with that, of course, as always. Okay, so just to do a quick recap. First of all, you'll log into the portal. You'll see the COVID-19 blue banner here, and you'll just click enter here. You'll go into your submissions and you'll select the qualification. Then you'll select the session and then you'll select the unit. You'll do your outcomes that are required, and then you will do the evidence declaration sign off. Of course, as always, if you have any queries, we're happy to support you on customer support at ncfe.org.uk and our live chat services. Thank you for your time today and take care.